Hello, my name's Robin Stratford. I'm a volunteer for Garden Organic in their Master Gardeners. And the sun's come out, isn't that nice? And I'm going to show you how I do my plants in the greenhouse so that they can go outside and succeed. This is what I do with the vast majority of plants, both flowers and vegetables. First of all, I like square pots because you can put them together, there's less gap for the slugs and snails to get through. They have to walk a long way from the edge to get to them, so you lose some plants but not all of them. First of all, just fill up a pot with compost, and that's all the firming I do. Make a hole. People have very expensive dibbers, I use a finger, and get the plants which I've always sow: cabbages, cauliflowers, pumpkins, you name it. I sow in trays, and you just carefully lever it out, holding on to the seed leaf. Put the roots in, slightly firm down. That's it. You then write a label and stick it in because you want to know what it is. Keep it well watered in the greenhouse for at least 10 days, I would say. Harden off, plant them out. I do this with cauliflowers, which I used to not be able to grow, and I now get cauliflowers all the year round, including caterpillars unfortunately, but you need the extra protein. Cabbages, everything. The only thing I do not do this way are sweet corn, which dislike root disturbance, so I will put one seed, because I like to spread the seed out and get as much as possible out of a packet. One seed per pot. The ones that grow, water, harden off again, plant out. So this is what I've just potted up, and depending on the temperatures and the time of year, 10 days, 2 weeks later, you should get a plant something like this. Another tip I'd like to pass on is how to get fresh runner beans to pick right up to the first frost. And probably the first few days of July, but certainly the first week of July. Again, your pot, fill it up with soil, little hole, one runner bean. Very often you're told put two and take the weakest out, but again, I just do too many and plant the strongest. So just top it up. Keep it in the greenhouse. It will quite quickly, sort of 7 to 10 days, produce a small plant like this. And if you keep it a little bit too long, perhaps it'll be up and ready to strangle you. Possibly slightly better because it's got a good root system. So the moment it gets to that stage at the latest, put it outside so that it can climb up the bean stalks, up the bamboo canes. And most years you will be picking bagfuls of beans right up to first frost. Now, beans go very well with potatoes, and I like new potatoes. It doesn't everybody. You can go into various supermarkets and buy little packs which are new potatoes, which are actually Charlotte potatoes that are harvested about the end of June, and they're small, but they're certainly not new. They cook whole. What I've got here are some Sarpo Myra potatoes, which are available through catalogues but not usually through garden centres, and I've put them in a seed tray. I periodically cover them in water just to keep them plumped up. And I've left them underneath the staging again till the first week in July when I plant them. And they're a main crop potato, so it sounds totally illogical to plant main crops in July. But what happens is these are blight resistant. So when they grow, they will shrug off blight and continue to grow, although they might look a bit of a mess, they're still growing. And from about the end of September, again through to first frost, I will be digging up new potatoes that you can actually scrape and cook and stay whole and taste pretty good.